Hello, second channel squad, and welcome back at long last to a game on at least this channel. Surviving the Aftermath. I should point out, of course, that this was a sponsored video on the main channel, but I'm under no obligation to continue playing it on this channel. I just wanted to continue playing it. Not to mention, the next game I've got lined up is probably going to be Mass Effect. I did buy the Legendary Edition. I've got that downloaded, basically ready to go. I didn't want to go from BioWare Space Game directly into BioWare Space Game, particularly going from KOTOR to Mass Effect 2, which was, you know, obviously for them, in terms of development terms, a pretty quick turnover. So I thought we'd play a little bit more Surviving the Aftermath, because I did just generally want to play more of it anyway. I thought it's a nice chill game for the second channel, and I didn't want to leave a gap any longer. I couldn't really decide what else to play. I've been really busy recently too, and I thought this one is a nice, easy, straightforward one. We'll go ahead and start a new game, because, well, obviously we played the first one as kind of a main channel tutorial, kind of an introduction more than anything else. I don't want to go too difficult with the difficulty, because, again, this is just kind of an in-between series, something for me to continue playing while we haven't got anything else going on this channel, and just as a kind of casual, more relaxed thing. So, let's go for an overall challenge. Let's go into Tough Road to Warp but Never Unfair. Let's drop the catastrophes right down. Time to rebuild. I want a city builder. I don't want necessarily a massive challenge, but I like that we can at least adjust that. Plenty of fertile soil, because again, we're here to build a city. Joining other groups has helped. Abundant resources, that seems pretty good. Then for our ideology, large-scale production. That sounds kind of endgame, and I've never really played this. I do that thing, and I think everybody does this with city builders, right? Where you play it until you get like a good city built up, and you'll be like, oh, that's pretty good, and then start again. I do it in RimWorld quite a lot. When I'm not playing for a series, of course. I quite like the idea of large-scale production to kind of encourage me to get to that endgame a little bit more. So we're only playing 60% now. Difficulty scales from 50 to 100 anyway, so playing on the easier side of things. Specialists, I like those guys that we picked when we did the sponsor video. I like Baron, because he's just a bit nuts. Very, very good fighter. And then we're also going to pick Satoshi as well. Let's just dive in. Now, this time around, I'm not so bothered about being the nice guys. What I do want to try out, and one of the reasons I set the difficulty to a more moderate level this time, I want to see what happens if we take the riskier decisions. You know, for some of those event decisions, I chose what I thought would keep our people happy. I want to go for some of the other stuff. Like, one of our decisions before was kids took, what was it? They took a bunch of resources to build, like, a secret base. Our choice was let them keep it and, you know, keep them happy. Or the other was, like, tear it down. We're going to be nice town, hence the flag. And our colony motto is, we are nice, in brackets, if you're like us. It's a bit too on the nose. I think I quite like that. Let's dive in. All right, 60% seems fair enough, and then we can just kind of keep it going in the background here. I like having ample opportunities to talk about other stuff unrelated to the game, and I feel like 100% difficulty kind of city builder might be a little bit challenging, especially when it's kind of posits itself a little bit as a challenging game too. So I do plan on going to the Mass Effect series, like I said. That's definitely on the cards. I didn't want it back-to-back with Star Wars, and I certainly didn't want to do 2 Star Wars back-to-back. We've had a lot of Star Wars going recently, a lot of Elder Scrolls as well, so getting Mass Effect in would be pretty good. Never properly played Dragon Age, and whenever I say that, a lot of people are like, wow, you should really do that. And I do kind of agree. It's one of those game series, an entire series, that kind of got past me entirely. And I feel like it's a bit weird having not played that. Like, Mass Effect 2 I've actually played, so that wasn't nearly as... How do we send them in? We just got to build the campsite first. Got it. Mass Effect 2 I've played. So Mass Effect as a series entirely wasn't lost on me. But Dragon Age was. And I'm not sure why. Because Dragon Age... I do like sci-fi a lot. But I also like the fantasy setting too. So there's no reason I pick one over the other, right? I mean, this entire channel so far has been sci-fi or fantasy. How do you rotate again? It's R. That's it. And each tent holds 3 people. How many people do we start with again? Let's let them turn up first, and then we'll plan out from there. Hello there. 12 of them. All right. So let's go. I'm going to leave a little bit less room this time. Last time, I think I went a little bit too wide on some of the layouts, some of the roads. As long as we do it like that, right, they can fit between that. We can build a road down there, too. Don't know if there's any, like, health concerns with that, like contamination. Not sure. We'll leave plenty of space for them to move around, but not as much space as we left last time. Right, that'll do that. Okay. Let's get some get some water set up immediately. So the water collector is obviously fast water production, but we can build water wells, which are just like immediate water, but obviously wherever you can fit them, right? It's kind of convenient. We could build it like right next to the town center. Let's build that next to the town center, and then we'll throw down... Oh, look, our map's different this time. Okay. I mean, obviously, of course it would be. They are randomly generated. So last time we had a big old watery pond over there. All right, we'll put down a water collector. I think that's probably not a bad idea. Let's see if we can get that kind of high efficiency to 100%. Cram it in a bit further. 99. I think that's fine, and we save a tile. 13, 12, 13. I want to bring it as close as possible. I think 13 is okay. I think it's like 95% for 14, so we'll stick that there. That seems pretty good. Then, clean water storage. I guess we'll just put immediately adjacent to it, right? What is the point of that? Stores a modest amount of clean drinking water. Yeah, of course. But there'd be no reason not to put it there. Unless they go and, like, get a drink from that. But I don't think that's the case. It's just kind of a passive consumption thing. They don't run over and grab it like they would in, say, Rimworld, for example. So let's throw that down then. And then a few snackies for the fishies. Where do we put that? High efficiency, 100%. 98. See, 95 is still 3 fishies, so it makes no difference. As long as we can get 3 fishies from it, I'm alright with that. Let's bring it as close as possible again. There you go. Perfect. Alright. Very efficient this time compared to last time. And then the trapper, we'll keep all the food kind of on one side. The trapper needs to be, like, really deep in the forest, eh? Maybe you could even, like, plant more shit around it. Wow, yeah, there's, like, really nowhere good for the trapper. Best efficiency we could get is like 44. It's almost not worth working. It'd be better just to build another fishery, wouldn't it, at that point? I think I'll just do that. Unless you kind of like fisheries adjacent to each other that close. High efficiency? Oh, apparently you can. Maybe it's because they haven't built the other one yet. Well, I'm thinking like Age of Empires or something like that. You can't have, Shit, is it Age of Empires? Am I making things up? I mean, in Rimworld, right? Where if you've got, like, Dub's Bad Hygiene, you can't have two of them overlapping like that. I think we'll wait for that to be built first before we throw down another fishery. What else am I looking for here? Recycler for the plastic. Let's get that gate built as soon as possible. I want to immediately get out there into the overworld. Because that, like I said in the kind of sponsor video, was one of my favorite mechanics. It's like a whole other minigame, right? It gives you so much to do. If you're waiting for a building, you jump to the overworld and carry on. It's like, how the hell did we ever play Rimworld without caravanning, you know? Lumber camp. We actually do have to put near wood, but for for the time being, let's put... Was it the lumber yard, and then the logging camp allows you to pick up wood from the map? Oh, that turns wood into firewood. Right, okay. Was it a storage building then? I'm trying to remind myself now. It's not like I played it, you know, like a few days ago. There you go. Let's drop that there. That seems alright. And then... So that was the stockpile, and we got 1 free food storage building too, which I suppose we'll put over here. Actually, that works really well. Oh, we can't quite get all 3 and keep it parallel to the other one. Damn, that's kind of annoying. Do you want to do it like a couple of blocks over? If we do it there, that leaves that 1 road gap block as well. Then we can build another building over here if we want to build a tent or something like that. That works pretty good. Okay. And then medical tent. Oh, that's what we should build early, because last time I didn't have those, and we really did kind of suffer for it. So let's drop one of those there. Again, as close to the town center as possible, I think is probably a solid play. I will admit, I'm not like the path thing especially. It's something I need to try and figure out more. So that goes there. You can't build in front of that first bit where I'm hoping we can build a road. If you need to leave a gap to build the roads, we're super screwed with this layout. Maybe I should test it first, huh? Rather than getting horribly carried away. What does a burner do? I suppose it's designed for small communities. Oh, it just heats the area up around it. 4 per 24 hour. Kind of Frostpunk-esque. Yeah, I've never had to build one of those before. Alright. I think the first time I played it properly, you get advanced housing pretty early on, and then you don't have to worry about things like that. But I guess if you're playing with like high catastrophe, that could be quite impactful. And then the gate, of course, we could throw over here. I'm going to just go ahead and pause that. We're just going to plan things out for the time being. Scout tower, I'm not too bothered. Those open up more areas for you to explore, basically. Man, there's shitloads of stuff over here, though. Look at this. Wow, a couple of ponds. Kind of see through the fog of war. And there's our map edge. We've got more lakes down there. Big old lake there, which I assume we could put a fisher in. Man, these maps are gigantic. I really remember the old theme park series of games. I was obsessed with that game as a kid, like Theme Park Inc. But it's something weird, like on Windows ME, there was a font problem with it. No, Theme Park World, there was a font problem on Windows ME. So you had to like go to this weird website, which might still be up now. If you type in Theme Park World font fix, I'm sure it'll find it. You had to download fonts from like this website that some guy was maintaining just to get it working. It was so janky. That was a Maxis game, right? Oh no, it's Bullfrog. Bullfrog. I think it was called Sim Theme Park in America. So let's throw down an outhouse or two. Kind of fill this area up a little bit then, huh? Let's go like one there. And one immediately next door. There you go. Gotta have a little bit of company. I bet they can have a conversation through the walls. Put them back to back as well. Sure. I don't know how many we really need. Keep away from other buildings to avoid contamination. Oh, that was the problem in the medical center. We were treating the radiation and then it was contaminating the nearby buildings. Weird. It doesn't matter too much. We'll see how impactful that is before I start tearing everything apart, you know? And then let's get some roads thrown down here. We'll go all the way around the town center because I think that's just sensible to do, huh? Let's do that. Oh, the well. Shit. Yeah, okay, let's move that. Cancel? They should just go ahead and cancel that now. Yeah, we got a little bit of a gap there. My bad. Completely ignored that. And let's do some of that. Where did we put our recycling center? That was this building. Stockpile, food storage. Did I not put down plastic collection? Oh, put it there. Oh, shit. Okay, fair enough. Well, eventually we'll destroy that and we'll be able to swap out for like a research building or something. There you go. Let's do something like that then. Try and keep everything nice and interconnected this time. As convenient as possible, preferably. There you go. Wow, what a nice base this time compared to last time. And then let's throw that across right to the main road. I assume this counts as a road? Yeah, look, they didn't build anything there. Oh. Maybe they will, though. Well, we'll do that. I'm not sure it really matters. I suppose we could kind of road all of this. Might be unnecessary, but just in case, why not? Keep things as smooth as possible. All right, then. Get to work. 6 colonists are homeless. We should probably, like, prioritize the fences right away. Let's see how they get on. Oh, one thing we do need to prioritize then. Hold on. Let's go. Build next on you. The stockpile is built, so we can definitely get more wood. So that's not a big deal. But plastic is the one thing I want to make sure we're also getting as well. Just got to wait for a bit more wood on that. So we haven't, like, soft-locked ourselves immediately, you know, spend it all on the fisheries. Then we can't get any more resources. That would have sucked. I don't know if you can do that. And, of course, if you did do that, you can just take the buildings down, right? So, there you go. I just got medical tents to kick things off. Wowee. And what do we need for the gate again? 190, 175. Ugh. Gross. Need water to live. Yes. I think that's good advice right there. I feel like you don't really need to tell your player that, but maybe that's just me. I'm not sure. Probably wouldn't overestimate some of the people, especially some I've seen in the comment section. Had a lot of questions like that recently. I'm not calling anybody out, of course. Things like people asking in the comments, hey, where does this come from? And then they'll point to the Biosculptor pod. Or, oh my god, my favorite one. Again, I apologize if you watch this. I'm not calling you out specifically. It was just kind of amusing, that's all. They were like, hey, I downloaded the mod pack. There's a weird problem with it. This person spawned in, and I can't interact with them. I can't trade with them or anything. I've just got the option to tame them. It's like all the humans are being treated as animals. And then 3 of us all replied almost simultaneously. That's the Wild Man event. It was so good. And again, I don't blame anybody. Of course, nobody gets enough, probably as much time as I do to play RimWorld. Which is fair enough. Might be a new player. Can't judge people for that. But it is kind of funny. Right, let's put down this water well then. Round 2, here we go. We'll pop it like there. That way, if we want to build walls around it. I feel like you could go roads. I feel like you could go too hard on roads, you know? You probably don't need a road between every building. But you can't deny it's pretty damn efficient, though. The person was sad. Insufficient construction materials for the water well. Then people need to start collecting plastics, don't they? It's as simple as that, really. Once they're done building what they can, they'll obviously immediately jump into another job there, so we don't have to worry about it too much. So, somebody sent me a copy of, I think it's called Inscription. It's like a card game to play on the main channel. I should say they didn't send it. They were like, play this on the main channel. They were like, hey, are you interested in this game? And the goal for 2022 is go back to variety content. We've pumped the channel massively. And I think I've built like a good core audience at this point, enough to say that even if I start playing other games than RimWorld, some of them will probably watch it. Well, I hope a few of them would watch it. Please watch my content for more than just RimWorld. I'm a human being with thoughts and feelings. And maybe I have more to offer. Not much more, but I'm sure there's something there somewhere. But I put out enough videos every day, right? So sometimes some of it's got to stick. So I'm planning on 2022 being the year of variety content on the main channel. Going kind of back to how things used to be a little bit, getting Patreons to vote on a series or whatever. Somebody was like, hey, do you want to play Inscription? It's a card game. And I was like, you know what? I don't know why. In that particular moment, I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, let's do that. So I don't know when that's going to be, but that's planned for the main channel at some point too. Someone's yelling inside a tent.
Suddenly, muffled cries for help start echoing from one of the shelters. Inside, a large hole has opened up in the ground.
We're inside a large hole.
Colonist.
He's like half crazy prospector. Oh, there's gold in them there hills. And half Deckard Cain. Stay a while and listen. We can't afford to build a makeshift ladder, but remember, we're going to go dictator mode. The colonists can climb back up without one. Oh, shit. The fallen colonist looks dismayed, but starts climbing up the crumbling edge nonetheless. Suddenly, the route they used to grab for purchase gives out. The colonists manage to grab onto a sharp protruding rock with cuts deep into their hand, but stops the fall. They push through the pain and manage to climb up wounded. The sinkhole is then filled to prevent further accidents. One colonist is injured, so they need to spend some time in the medical tent. It's minus 15 happiness, but we saved that wood. And this is the apocalypse after all, after the apocalypse. Dwayne, come on, man, sort it out. This is after the apocalypse. Everybody knows wood is more important than human beings. The apocalypse in this game, I did talk about it in the sponsor video, but for those of you who didn't watch it, was an asteroid storm, essentially, which struck a load of major cities and scattered human populations, etc., etc. Killed a bunch of people. But it's not like there's significant ecological damage or anything like that. A lot of ruins. And if you play with kind of a high environment threat, that will continue to happen, where your buildings will be hit by more asteroids. Thanks for taking care of me. No problem, Dwayne. Maybe if you were more fucking careful, you wouldn't need to spend some time in the medical tent, huh, pal? No active deposits. Bloody hell, that was fast. Shit. So let's move the work area for the time being. And go on a little bit of a trip out to go and get some more wood. Is this all wood we're missing now? Oh, it's plastic. Okay, let's double up on our plastic production. Someone else get in there. That should hopefully speed things up. We could always build another one, but we might as well just be patient a little bit, huh? We're only building toilets right now. In some ways, I kind of wish they would. Rather than right now, where we're just kind of sitting waiting for the World Gate 2 to be built. And I get it that it's kind of supposed to be a bit of a slow build up to it. You don't want to introduce too many mechanics too fast. But it'd be kind of nice if you got the opportunity to start with that as part of the scenario. You know, start with enough resources to get it built. And I suppose we did, technically, of course, but 190, 175, that's quite expensive. It feels like you have to earn it, even though it's kind of a core mechanic as well.
To have been stealing wood from the storage. A few colonists go to investigate, and after a bit of detective work, return with a group of rowdy children, one under each arm.
Yeah. Overselling it a little bit there. A group of rowdy children. Tear the fort down. I'll teach you, you little bastard. The colony's precious resources aren't something to be wasted for silly forts. A lot of yelling and crying ensues, but the decision stands. The next morning, there is a note by the campsite, which is written with what is hopefully mud. The note simply says, poo-poo head. How dare you. Execute him. Minus 10 happiness, but we've got some wood back. You can't, you know why you're calling me a poo-poo head? Because we need that wood to build fucking bathrooms. You little shit. Well, hopefully not, because you haven't got anywhere to be a little shit right now. You can steal some wood when we've actually got significant, I don't know, water storage and facilities for our people. Bastard child. That happens again, I'm going to drown him in the lake. We could chop him up for food. Well, it's not quite that dark. I do think in terms of theme in this game is like kind of between... There is some tongue-in-cheek stuff. It's certainly not Tropico level, let's put it that way. But it's certainly far less impactful than Frostpunk. I thought Frostpunk was a little bit too intense all the time for my liking. Frostpunk feels more like a puzzle game than it does a city builder. Whereas this feels like a proper city builder, because you've got that big, long tech tree, which I'm always a big fan of. which we didn't really dive in too much in the series because it's quite, obviously to get to some of these places would take a long time. Eventually you get to build like what feels like a proper city, you know, delicacies, coated hoppers, alternative proteins. You get all these kind of different food sources and shit. It's quite nice. Farming, of course, is going to be a massive one. Then you get full-on weapons and factorization, for lack of a better word. You get all of your kind of necessary amenities, drilling for oil eventually. It's got Rimmerfella. Who doesn't love Rimmerfella? And this is where you've got all of your, like, comfortable housing. It's kind of crazy. And you get into blood sports, which, of course, we will be. Assuming we go that far. And I don't know if this is going to be like a full-on series all the way to the end game, whether we play till we lose or how we'll go about it. I'll just kind of play it as we're bored. Again, I was under no obligation to play this as part of the contract or anything. I just wanted to play a little bit more because I do enjoy City Builders. City Builders and RTS were really the kind of games I grew up on more than anything else.
One of the colonists approaches, looking more than a little nervous. She says that she might be able to provide some clothing for the colony.
Some clothing for the colony. Her grandmother used to teach her while she was a child, and she seems fairly confident that she remembers how it goes. The question is, can her skills be trusted? No, who do you sound like? Oh, it's like a Fallout character. I think I said this actually in the video, didn't I? It's Septimus Cygnus with the Dwemer voice. I'm gonna say it's not a good idea. Not only did we give her the fiber in the sponsor video and she fucked it up, but also I don't give a shit. I don't trust you. Who are you? Minus 10 happiness. It's weird that would affect the whole colony, but I guess it's kind of you not having faith in your people. But we are hanging on to resources like a bandit, which I'm alright with. The pollution dump exploded. What pollution dump? Hello? Ah! Yeah, so that will happen occasionally. These things will blow out and send radiation, which will get people sick, and they have to spend ages in the hospital, kind of unsicking. And then you've got contamination risks depending on their kind of proximity to other buildings. Then it spreads to the whole city. Then everybody dies. So you have to be a little bit careful with that. And that's the downside to ramming all these buildings as close as I have. A more spread out city might be more beneficial for that. Oh, we should get our specialists doing something. I completely forgot they could do that. Go collect me some berries. Love berries. They actually look graphically different on the map. I've never really paid much attention. No. Oh, well, they've got a kind of, obviously, kind of generic set, specialist skin, I guess. That guy, that blonde man there does not look like the Japanese man up on the top bar. Similarly, that dude with hair and giant muscles doesn't look like the bald guy on the bar. But that's just like such a minor detail. Like, who the hell's going to scroll down that far and examine every specialist? The answer is me just then. Very disappointing. We need a DLC to fix that. And now we'll wait for the gate to be built. I guess the other game is kind of slow in that regard. Because there's not really much else for us to do, It's a slow introduction to the events and everything, I guess. But if you've played it more than a few times, it might be kind of slow. Maybe that's where you ramp the difficulty, or I'm not sure. Oh, look, here we are. We can see our surrounding biomes. Nice town. We are nice, in brackets, if you like us. And there's our skull and crossbones as a banner. Yeah. What is that over there? Oh, it's got tools. Okay. We've got 500 science points. Very nice. And then clothing for the long, long winter. Let me back in. I like that you can zoom out to the world map with that, with the scroll. But I will admit, I do kind of subconsciously scroll my mouse wheel all the time. If you've got one of those Logitech mice, the G502, where you can click the button and then spin it like fuck, that's incredibly fun. Very distracting, though, if people are trying to watch what you're doing, huh? I'll try and not do it too often. Dwayne. Fucking Dwayne again. Dwayne and that child, we're going to throw them down the well. I can't be doing with this. I don't care if they crawl out through a TV 7 days later. I'm not interested in their shit. You're making this whole settlement a lot harder for everybody involved, my friend. Well. Oh, and I mean, of course, we could build another recycler. And then we could put more people to work on recycling if we're really that impatient. I am of the opinion that's not worth it. I think we should save all of our resources. Crack the gate open as soon as possible. Very close. We're almost there now. Then we'll get back into the world. And of course, as always, if you've got any suggestions for second channel content to break up the the stuff that we've got going on.
Colonists is being berated and pushed around by their neighbors.
Apparently, they had fallen asleep while working at the fishery, and their little campfire got out of control. Now the building is in danger of burning down,
with today's catch still inside. Well, that saves on a kitchen, my friend. I do love the kind of slightly animated vignettes there too. They got kind of particle effects over the top. Tell them to fetch the fish. Yes.
Get in there, you rescue that friggin' fish.
Dwayne was probably injured. I bet it was fucking Dwayne who lit the campfire. But we got 24 fishes. Savannah. Savannah, you were nowhere near. Oh my god, was it someone else who got injured? Do you want to put that fire out, or like, what are we doing here? How do I put the fire out? Critically damaged. Repair. Oh, there you go. You were like, they're still burning though. Look, you see the health bars going down. I think we might lose the fishery here. It was Dwayne! I said that as a... Oh, no, don't bother repairing it then if it's going to burn. I don't know how to put the fire out, I will admit. You could demolish it before it burns down. Well, we got 1 wood back. Brilliant. All right. Was that worth it? Probably not. Oh, 34 more plastic. Fucking hell. Ah, oh, what have I done? What have I done? Well, I guess we'll put a pause on this shit again. One day we'll get out of this gate. That was legitimately, not even kidding, Dwayne working there. This man is a menace to society. I mean, that's why he's here. He'd be at a nice settlement called, like, Hopesville. They'd have, like, a nice smiley flag. Like, round up all the miscreants and put a skull and crossbones on it. I'll let them go and do their miscreant things.
Your orders.
You know, like what the UK did with Australians. Let's get some wood then, seeing as Dwayne just cannot be trusted. Falling into bits and burning down fisheries. Oh! Colonist Tim is homeless. Oh, Isabella had a baby Tim. Hello, baby Tim. Okay, Tim is also immediately born into homelessness, which is just a terrible way to live life, isn't it? Welcome to this harsh, harsh world, Tim. Here's your first lesson. Build your house. I'll build him a house, but he has to, like, actually commit, you know. Pick up a hammer, Tim. You get no free rides out here, my friend. You fall in a hole, you're done for. Don't even think about building that fort, little Tim. 72 and 101. You know, I bet if we go like that, we can probably... Yeah, there you go. They've got the pier built already. Not you again. Dwayne, fuck off. So they've got... Oh, right. So their tools and their outfits degrade over time. Yeah, I remember. And then we have to get more and more, and they'll take that from the stockpile. So our main way of getting those for the time being will be finding them out in the world. It's to stop you just basically booming your population and taking everybody on. So getting the ability to craft tools and clothes fairly early would be quite nice. The only criticism I have seen about this particular game, but it's quite a strong criticism, is the combat system. The raiders that appear at the gate. We'll see how that goes and we'll judge it for ourselves.
Everybody is equally skilled in the art of building, but one of the colonists seems extraordinarily bad at it.
Yeah, it begins with D and it ends in Wayne. I think we'll just leave it be, right? Sod him? Alright. Not an hour passes before the sporting pole gives in and the flimsy tent comes tumbling down. Something inside bursts into flames as the colonist, shit, fights his way out of the ruins. He's shouting curses about a faulty old Swedish manual. You fuckers. I don't know how to put fire out. I think we've genuinely just got to let it burn. Well, never mind. It's only a tent. They're fairly cheap, huh? It's a lesson in fire safety. And in fact, it's a lesson in hubris. And not being so fucking clumsy all the time. Did I build that in line with everything else? I think so. Let's throw that down there then. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, we don't need the extra tent. I will admit I was building it as kind of a backup thing, but I do really want this gate. Oh, it's ready to go. Hey, nice, nice. Okay. Get us out. Get me away from Dwayne. 2 deposits are depleted and Colonist Luna is homeless. Okay, so we've got to move this, right? They're not depleted. What are you talking about? Oh, is it the wood again? Probably. Oh, yeah, look at that. Bloody hell, they really are sucking that up fast, aren't they? Let's move the work area down to... Pop it up there. Those are quite big buildings. It's not really that much further. It's kind of on the same radius there. 190 and 186. Alright, fair enough. Carry on then. This is down here is just kind of achievements, kind of milestones, things to aim for, so we'll probably ignore that for the most part. Colonist Raphael is injured. Raphael? That's not how you spell Raphael, is it? You know, it might be. I have no idea. There you go. Finally. Freedom. The outside world, my friends. All under the thumb of the Baron. Dressed like a fucking Red Alert. The villain, huh? Yuri's Revenge. And any time now. Oh, come on. Waiting for free builders. You building that friggin' tent for? Come on, we've got a gate here. Let's get it open. Pretty good defensive position, though. Like, nice pick. Mountain on that side, river on the other.
Congratulations. You've rebuilt the gate and gained access to the world map.
Thank you.
The gate is now open.
Yes, it is. Let's get out there. Okay. How do we send them out, then? Oh, these are defenders. Oh, I don't think we really need somebody defending it right now, I'll be honest with you. How do we send them out? We just go to the world map and then... I mean, I did it no less than a few days ago. I just do not remember. Oh, there you go. Send to the world map. I remember. It's all coming back to me now. 4 days. We might be able to recruit a fresh specialist. Right. Combat encounters then. I guess we'll send Satoshi down to the research lab. Man, these are only a turn away. When we did it on the video on the main channel, it was like days, right? That's quite nice. Good shit. Much nicer overworld start then, huh? Boom. And here they are.
A ragged bunch shuffles slowly towards the gate.
So we've got Garrot again. I assume Garrot then is just a set person to join you. He's pretty good at combat, so I'll say that. What's up, research? 75. Hello? I think Siri's talking to me. Hey, shut up. Yeah. 7 adults, 4 children. Ooh. We've got wood, tools, plastic. I don't know what's the point of the supplies window. I mean, if you don't tell me how much you've got. But we'll let them in anyway. This place is getting quite lively, says Dwayne. Yeah, it's like a fucking circus with you here, you clown. Sorry, Dwayne. I know you're trying your hardest, but fucking hell, mate. Come on. It's the end of the world. You could up your game a little bit. Well, no, it's not. This is the beginning of a new world. But we don't need dickheads like you running it. Oh! Oh, the fucking fishery again! Wow! Alright. I'm glad it didn't catch fire, that's all, because I have no idea how to deal with that. Finley says I think I broke something. Kid's probably flattened under a meteor. Right, let's get you out on the world map, too. Huh? Go on, off you go. No reason not to have everybody out there all the time. I don't think we've got any raiders to worry about at this point. And you know what? I think that's a pretty good start, huh? All the tents burned down. That's good. Like, rampaging homelessness. No water. Yeah, this is fucking great. Nailed it.